All right, Nick, let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning back-to-back Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs at that. We're legally obligated to mention that every time we talk about the Chiefs. And the Chiefs got some good news today because there's a young rookie player on this Chiefs team who not only looks the part, but he is living up to his billing as well. I think this is great news for the Chiefs in their mini camp start. But Nick, let's get into the article and we can talk more about it on the other side. This is from Bleacher Report. It says certain players look the part but don't play that way. Kansas City Chiefs fourth round safety Jaden Hicks looks the part and is already making waves. I tell him all the time, you know what? You're the prototype safety, Chief defensive back coach Dave Merritt told reporters. He has the body, the size, the mental to be a really good football player in this league. He's a big dude and is going to get better and better, quarterback Patrick Mahomes said. You can see it early. He has the physical ability. For Hicks, the biggest part is how he fits into the Kansas City secondary. The back to back Super Bowl champs already have Justin Reed, Brian Cook, and Kamani Connor. Hicks is a physical defender who plays like a missile to the ball. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo has a plan for him, of course. We've got him all over the place, Spagnuolo said. He made a really great play today down toward the end zone at the end of practice. He's not as vocal as we need our safety to be because he doesn't know the playbook yet. Nick, all signs are pointing towards Jaden Hicks being a great player for this team. And as Spagnuolo says, yet he does not know the playbook, but it seems like he will get there soon enough and be a big time contributor to this defense. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this one, but Chiefs fans, in the comments section below, we're talking about the defensive side of the ball. There's a lot of great defensive players on this Chiefs team. A lot of great offensive players on this Chiefs teams as well. But I'm going to go deep into the bag on this one. We've talked about a lot of stuff. Who do you think is going to make it onto special teams this year? And special teams, completely different. I think there's going to be a lot of game-changing plays on special teams this season with all of the new rules. Who do you think is a contributor who maybe got drafted late, looking to pop their head up on special teams, make a name for themselves? Who do you think is going to be a star on the new special teams roster? Let us know in the comment section below. But Nick, what are your thoughts on Jaden Hicks?
Look, this is a Chiefs team that is as deep and as talented, obviously, as any team in football, right? Every question that you have about this Chiefs roster, you may say, oh, receiver's not that great. They have first round pick worthy. They had Hollywood Brown. They're obviously great at tight end. Offensive line's great. Running back room is deep. Mahomes is Mahomes. Front four is great. Linebacking core is good. Even with L'Jarius Sneed gone, they're very good at corner as well. The one question in my mind was the safety position. Justin Reed is a good, solid player. Nothing against him. You're not trying to replace him. But I am not sold on Brian Cook. And if you look at his ratings according to PFF, there's reason to not be sold on him. So if you look at just last season, Brian Cook rated out overall at a 65.2. His run defense grade was 66.4, his tackling grade 58.1, and his coverage grade 63.1. Right. This is not a guy who's particularly good at really anything, right? He's below average at everything. Not to be mean about it, but that's just the reality according to the analytics and the people over at PFF who I really trust. So you bring in a rookie to come in and try and, at the very least, push for playing time at the safety position. And I think Hicks can be that guy because we use OTs and mini camps. One of the things you really want to see with these rookies is one, do they look the part, right? Because sometimes some guys at the college level, they may be just bigger, stronger, and faster, everybody, just because it's college, right? You're playing up against guys like me when I played college, right? Everyone looks bigger, stronger, faster than athletes like me. But when you go in the NFL, it's obviously a much different game. So the fact that Hicks looks the part is a great sign. But I tell you what, the fact that everybody is impressed with him. You talk about Spags, that's also obviously a great sign. Mahomes, that's a great sign, right? The entire coaching staff, like you read in the report, there's multiple guys that are behind where Hicks is at, his development, his playmaking ability. That is a great sign that he can come in and I think really help the one weakness on this Chiefs team. And I think that is the safety position. And look, we're not saying it's a total overhaul. We're not saying it's a dumpster fire, but having another playmaker, maybe if it's just in certain sub packages, third down, nickel, goal line, things like that, different situations to just give this Chiefs defense just another little bit more of an edge. I mean, again, there's no reason why the Chiefs can't get a really strong shot at a three-peat here. I think Hicks is kind of an underrated draft pick. Everyone was looking at, of course, worthy. People were talking about the tight end Wiley as well, but I think Hicks could potentially have an under the radar impact, and this has a chance to be a big time pickup for this Kansas City Chiefs defense.
Yeah, Nick. And Hicks, being the number one graded safety, when you look at Dane Brugler's The Beast, when he does all of his pre draft analysis coming into this year, Hicks is out of this world. I mean, you look at the bottom line right above him. He says overall Hicks rangy, intimidating presence, downhill player, great on the back end, multi-dimensional traits help him develop into NFL starter. I was leading myself earlier when I said he projects as a scheme-friendly safety who also contributes immediately on special teams. This guy can really, do a whole lot. But then I look and you try to find negatives about this guy. See, has anyone poked holes into his game? You go over to PFF, you look at his draft profile. There's a lot of great pros. I'm not going to go through them all because we've just listed pretty much everything. But even his cons are like good things. It's like he can be a bit over aggressive. He's good straight line speed, not great, but he's good. He's still good. He's got good speed, but it's just not, as good as it possibly could be. His man coverage ability is strong. It flashes, but can be inconsistent at times. So he's good in man coverage, but he's not 100% all the time. Of course, every player coming from college to the NFL has room to grow. So this guy just seems overall the total package, and I'm glad that he's flashing. Like you said, I don't know if the Chiefs have the strongest back end. I'm not sure about Cook either. But when you take a guy like Hicks, he seems like the real deal. And it's like at the beginning of the article. They said sometimes guys look the part, but like we said, all we have to go on is OTAs and minicamps. There's really not too much we can. When a guy seems to play the part in OTAs and minicamps, it bodes very well for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I, like you, think that they are going to be very fortunate once again in their draft this year. I think they hit on a lot of different players. I think Hicks could be the next big thing for the Chiefs.